the topic of price, when we've moved into the new world of fair value, what does price look like?
In this new world, I think price evolves. Insurance has become incredibly complicated, and what makes up price is increasingly complicated with all sorts of data and AI feeding into this. In order to be able to demonstrate fair value, I think we may have to head back towards more simplicity in pricing. Take, for instance, if you had two people who were exactly the same, even the same person going and getting a price from the same company and receiving two different prices on the same day, and then looking at it and going, well, which one of these two is fair? There's a, come back to the issue from earlier on, there's the trust issue. So which one of those two prices can I trust? There's also there doesn't make any sense kind of side of it. And I think, the more complexity there is in pricing, the more difficult it is going to be to prove that it's fair, and indeed that it's treating vulnerable customers fairly as well. So which is a whole separate issue. So I think we're going to see change with pricing. And
what do consumers think about the combination of value and price? Are they the one and the same?
No, two different things. So, you can go to Waitrose and go shopping and buy crisps a pound a packet and think that's really good value because they're the best crisps you ever had in your life. And then you can go to Lidl next door and buy crisps at 10p a packet, and that's still good value. So price and value are two different constructs for a consumer. And I think they're two different constructs for the industry. And the research that we have shows that price and value need to be separated out.
I think we will see culturally how you deliver your prices to market changing. And I'll give an example of that. When somebody is widowed and has to phone up to say, unfortunately, my husband is no longer around, take his name off the policy, I'm the only driver now. In the old world, somebody who's widowed would be considered higher risk because they've probably not been so used to driving. And as a consequence of that, the conversation would be your premiums increased by £30. I think, and speaking to insurers, I think that there is a recognition that that's not the conversation they should be having with customers. And therefore, I think we'll see that sort of practice where, again, that comes back to that's about how do I optimize my margin based upon the risk that I'm insuring. I think we will see the customer lens come in, which actually goes, well, that might still be true, but actually that's not the right conversation that we should be having with customers, and we need to do something different as a result.
Yeah, I've got a slightly different perspective actually to your question, Catherine, because the piece around what will happen to absolute prices is clearly complex. But looking at the banking sector, how value was communicated or is communicated to the customer will change fundamentally across the insurance sector. So whilst you can obviously have the construction of price, how value is communicated right from the call center through to letters, through to claims experience, through to renewals, that value communication chain will need to evolve and change in insurance over the next few years. So price is one thing, value is another. How you communicate both of those together in an effective way becomes the real challenge for insurers over the next couple of years.